Hey everyone, and welcome back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because things are about to get creepy. We're diving deep into the world of horror movies, but not just any horror movies. We're talking about the ones that left audiences sleeping with the lights on. Get ready for some seriously chilling movie facts that'll make you question if those special effects were so special after all. Okay, first up, we've got The Exorcist. This movie is legendary for its terrifying demon possession story, but the behind-the-scenes stuff is almost scarier. During filming, a fire broke out on set, and get this, it only damaged Reagan's bedroom. Coincidence? Maybe. But then you've got multiple cast members getting injured, and even a priest who was brought in to bless the set had his hand broken. The eerie atmosphere on set was palpable. Crew members reported feeling uneasy, and some even claimed to have seen shadowy figures lurking around. The fire incident was just the beginning. There were also reports of strange noises and unexplained technical malfunctions that would halt production. Injuries on set were frequent and often bizarre. One actor suffered a severe back injury during a stunt, while another mysteriously fell ill. The priest who blessed the set wasn't the only one affected. Another religious figure who visited the set also experienced a series of unfortunate events. Suddenly, those demonic forces don't seem so far-fetched, do they? Whether you believe in curses or not, the strange occurrences on The Exorcist set are hard to ignore. Next up is Poltergeist, a movie that gave a whole generation a fear of swimming pools. Remember that scene where JoBeth Williams is swimming in a pool full of skeletons? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because those were real human skeletons. Apparently, using real skeletons was cheaper than fake ones back then. Talk about cutting corners. The cast had no idea until after filming, which just adds another layer of creepiness to an already creepy movie. Hold on to your hats, folks, because The Omen takes the cake when it comes to creepy coincidences. This 1976 horror classic isn't just famous for its spine-chilling storyline about the Antichrist. It's also notorious for the bizarre and terrifying events that happened behind the scenes. This movie is about the Antichrist. And let's just say, the production was plagued with some seriously bad juju. From the very beginning, the cast and crew experienced a series of unfortunate and eerie incidents that made everyone question if the film was cursed. A plane carrying some of the crew was struck by lightning. This wasn't just a minor scare. It was a full-on, terrifying experience that left everyone shaken. Another plane they were supposed to be on crashed, killing everyone on board. Imagine the horror of knowing you narrowly escaped such a tragic fate. And if that wasn't enough, the special effects guy's hotel was bombed. The explosion caused significant damage and added to the growing list of misfortunes that plagued the production. I'm starting to think this movie was cursed for real. With all these eerie and tragic events, it's no wonder The Omen has gone down in history as one of the most cursed film productions ever. The unsettling atmosphere on set seemed to mirror the dark themes of the movie itself, making everyone involved question if they were tempting fate. Okay, let's talk about Rosemary's Baby. This psychological thriller about a woman who gives birth to the devil's child is creepy enough on its own. But here's the thing, the film's composer, Krzysztof Komeda, died a few months after the movie's release. And get this, he died from a brain hemorrhage after falling down a slope and going into a coma. Sound familiar? That's eerily similar to how a character in the movie dies. Now let's move on to The Conjuring, a movie that's based on the real-life cases of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. These two were renowned for their work in the field of the supernatural, having investigated numerous cases of hauntings and demonic possessions over the years. The movie features a haunted farmhouse, demonic possession, and all sorts of creepy happenings. The farmhouse, located in Rhode Island, became infamous for the terrifying events that supposedly took place there. But here's the kicker. Ed and Lorraine Warren claimed that the events depicted in the movie were true and even more terrifying in real life. They insisted that the supernatural occurrences were not just Hollywood exaggerations. Ed and Lorraine Warren claimed that the events depicted in the movie were true and even more terrifying in real life. They said that the real-life haunting was so intense that they couldn't even talk about it for years. The Warrens documented their experiences in great detail, and their accounts have been the subject of much debate and skepticism. However, those who have visited the farmhouse and experienced the eerie atmosphere firsthand often come away convinced of its haunted nature. They said that the real-life haunting was so intense that they couldn't even talk about it for years. The fear and trauma they experienced were beyond what words could describe. The Conjuring remains one of the most chilling horror films, not just because of its cinematic elements, but because of the real-life horror that inspired it. The Warrens' legacy continues to intrigue and terrify those who dare to explore the unknown. Let's talk about Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, specifically that iconic shower scene. You know the one, blood swirling down the drain, piercing screams, pure cinematic terror. Well, that scene took a whopping 7 days to shoot. Hitchcock used 77 different camera angles to capture every terrifying detail. No wonder it's considered one of the most iconic scenes in movie history. Next up is The Shining, a movie that's full of iconic moments. But perhaps the most memorable is Jack Nicholson's chilling line, "Here's Johnny." Well, guess what? That line was improvised. Nicholson just went for it, and it became one of the most quoted lines in movie history. Oh, and remember that scene where he breaks down the door with an axe? That was a real door, not a prop. Nicholson was really that into the role. Let's talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street. This movie about Freddy Krueger, a disfigured killer who stalks teenagers in their dreams, is the stuff of nightmares. But did you know that the idea for the movie came from real life? Wes Craven, the film's creator, got the idea from a series of news articles about people dying in their sleep after having vivid nightmares. The Ring is another movie that messed with audiences' heads. The film features a cursed videotape that kills anyone who watches it within 7 days. The imagery in the movie was so disturbing that some theaters actually provided counseling for viewers who were traumatized. I guess some movies are just too scary for their own good. Last but not least, we've got Insidious, a movie that's full of jump scares and creepy creatures. But what makes this movie truly terrifying is its use of practical effects. Director James Wan wanted to create a sense of realism, so he relied heavily on makeup, prosthetics, and good old-fashioned camera tricks. The result is a movie that's both visually stunning and utterly terrifying. So there you have it, folks. 10 chilling movie facts that are sure to keep you up at night. Which one freaked you out the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite, or the demons, or the ghosts, or the cursed videotapes. You get the idea. Stay spooky.